Hi, Dave Parody here. I'd like to give you a quick update on the public seminars I'm holding on March 23rd in London, Ontario, March 24th in the Toronto area, and March 25th in Ottawa. Registrations are coming in, and I wanted to answer a few questions you might have about these sessions. Some people have wondered if these tips I'm sharing are really going to be practical and can actually make a difference in their presentations. Absolutely. Let me share with you one tip that illustrates how applicable the ideas in the session will be. Many presenters use the default bullet point slide layout, which is fine, except when you don't want bullet points. If you want to show a quote or other text that doesn't need bullet points, often presenters just turn off the bullet points in the default placeholder. But then your text ends up looking like this. It looks strange having the first line not line up with the rest of the text, because it's not what your audience expects based on reading text in books or newspapers. In the session, I'll show you why this happens and how to fix it. I'll also show you a great technique for creating text that lines up exactly where you want it to, even if it's in the middle of the text box. This technique is great for creating tables of data that can be built row by row as you explain the information to your audience. See, the tips will be practical and helpful. If you're wondering whether this is just a recap of some of the tips in my latest book, 102 Tips to Communicate More Effectively Using PowerPoint, you'll be glad to hear that it's not just a book reading. In fact, the tip I just shared with you will be in the seminar, but it's not in the book. Sure, some of the tips I'll share are in the book, but a number of them are not. In this seminar, I'll be able to bring you ideas that I've developed since the book content was finalized. It's one of the things that makes this live seminar so much more valuable. Another thing I've been asked is how and why I've priced the session at only $99. Well, the answer to why the price is so low is pretty simple. I want you to be able to come. That's right, I wanted to make the price a non-factor in your decision. See, many of my friends have been telling me how their company will no longer pay for professional development courses. They need to upgrade their skills to stay competitive in today's tough job market, but the company has cut the training budget. The Globe and Mail recently had a story on how widespread this is, and it got me thinking about how to price my public seminars. I knew I had to keep it affordable, because you will likely be paying for it out of your own pocket. So I found hotel locations where there was free parking, and they didn't charge an arm and a leg for the room. I won't be serving you coffee because hotel coffee is so expensive, but I figure most of you will bring your own thermos mug or grab a Tim's before we start anyway. And if you sign up before March 12th, you can register for only $89. So it's a great deal for 25 tips you can use immediately to improve your presentations. Another benefit to signing up early is that you'll get the opportunity to send me some of your slides for the slide makeover portion of the morning. That's where you essentially get free consulting advice, as I take at least one of your slides and do a before and after makeover. You'll see how I analyze the slide and what I suggest you change. Then I'll show you my version of the slide, so you can see what I think it could look like. In my corporate workshops, this is by far the most valuable part of the day. The last thing I've got some questions on is whether this is a technical course. Easy answer. No, you do not need a computer because this is not a PowerPoint how-to course. If you don't know how to use PowerPoint and are looking for a starter course, this is not it. The title is Communicate More Effectively Using PowerPoint, and I'll be focusing on how you can use this tool to improve your communication. Sure, I'll show you a few techniques in PowerPoint, but the focus is on thinking through how this tool, which we all use in our presentations, can be used to improve our communication. As I say in my latest book, it is not the tool you use, it's how you use the tool that matters. So if you've been wondering whether investing your time to attend the sessions on March 23rd in London, March 24th in Mississauga, Toronto area, or March 25th in Ottawa is going to be a good investment, I assure you that you will regret it if you pass this opportunity up. The tips will be practical and immediately applicable. The registration fee is easily affordable in your budget. And if you sign up before March 12th, you get to see some of your slides in the makeover section, which is like getting free consulting from me. So don't delay. Register at www.presenteffectively.com. Thanks, and I'll see you in a few weeks.